What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the stream today. As we see Bitcoin dumping to start the day on this beautiful Father's Day. First want to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I'm happy. I just want to state I'm happy. I'm not a dad just yet. But shout out to all the dads out there. You do a lot for all your sons and daughters, and yeah, I just want to say shout out to you guys to start the day today. Wish it was a little bit better day on the charts here to make you a little bit happier. But I hope you all have a fantastic morning so far. As we know, Bitcoin has fallen since yesterday. We broke out of this kind of little consolidation symmetrical triangle on the hourly time frame and dropped about approximately 5%. We since have bounced back a little bit, and now we're down about 4%. So we've seen a little 4% drop. I wouldn't be just panicking just yet. And I'm going to tell you here why in a second, right? So this dump could just be kind of a prelude to what everyone's kind of expecting. Like we talked about in yesterday's stream for like 15 minutes. This could be a prelude to what is going to happen in the stock market next week. A lot of people predicting that the stock market's going to fall. So we could be seeing a bloody Sunday that people predicting that the stock market's going to be falling next week. We shall see. We shall see what happens. Obviously, if the stock market falls, Bitcoin's going to fall too. But that is kind of unpredictable at this point, right? We don't really know. Anyways, if we switch on over to the 4-hour time frame chart, we're getting support exactly where I wanted to get support. And I still think this could validate our bigger, right? Our bigger head and shoulders pattern. Now, we were talking about our small head and shoulders pattern where we had a left shoulder, a head, and we had a possible right shoulder here. We actually didn't come up and form this full right shoulder. So that is actually a good thing, right? We actually didn't come up here and form that right shoulder to kind of form that head and shoulders pattern. So that is the good thing here. Now, you can see where we bounce, right? We bounce exactly the same point as our left shoulder. If this doesn't have it playing out, obviously this is speculation right now. We could have this head, left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. If we can hold the line here, if we can hold the line at approximately 33,280, hold that line, round out here, we could have a bigger inverse head and shoulders pattern that could break us up to the upside with a target of approximately, let me just give you the target just so you know. Obviously, this has a long way to go to actually breaking out, guys. Not saying that they're in it right now, but if this was to break out, we'd see a target of somewhere up towards 50,000. But obviously, we have a long way to go till then. A long way to go. I'm going to keep this like this, see if this end up doesn't playing out, though. On the... yeah, so on the hourly chart, if we go back to the hourly chart, we do have some bullish divergence forming here. So I do expect at least a short-term bounce where we are right now. We're oversold on the hourly RSI, and we have bullish divergence here on the hourly RSI. So expect at least a short-term bounce, at least back up to like 34,800, if not a little bit higher here. We shall see what it does. Usually Bitcoin likes to come and back test its previous consolidation patterns. So I won't be surprised if it actually came back and back tested this purple line coming across here. Came back up, try to test it. If you can't get back into it, you get rejected. Then you can kind of continue back down. But I'm expecting at least a short-term bounce here based on the hourly being oversold and the 4-hour once again being oversold. It's kind of like clockwork, right? Kind of like clockwork. We keep getting undersold or oversold when we dip down here, verbatim. But shout out to Speedway again, right? Like I said, in the bear market, people probably think I'm serious. In the bear market, you know, I can't afford Dunkin', so I get the Speedway. No, I'm just kidding. I like Speedway. It's actually not bad. I got it one day, and ever since then I got it. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I can't really complain. All right, let's look at our bearish targets here. So we looked at our possible bullish scenarios, right? A short-term bounce back up to 34,800, possible big inverse head and shoulders. What are the bearish targets here? Well, if we break 33,280, it's likely that we're coming back down to retest this green box, right? If we can't hold the line here, we're coming back down to at least 32,000. If not downwards to 30K, right? This big green box is really our big line of support. We have so much support back here, so many wicks down into it back here. So this is really the green box to hold if we break 33,200. Obviously, like I said, expect a short-term bounce here. We're oversold on the 4-hour and below on the time frames here. Try for a new sponsor. Yeah, I gotta email the Speedway people, right? But yeah, look for a move back into the green box here. 32,000 minimum if we break 33,280. On the daily, not much really going on in the daily. We do have room to run down here on the daily. Now, if we go a little bit lower on the daily, I did want to state this. If we go a little bit lower on the daily time frame, just a little bit lower, right? We'd still kind of, have this bullish divergence here on the daily time frame as well, playing out here if we went a little bit lower. So it's not the end of the world here. We're seeing divergences on all the time frames, even if we go a little bit lower. Obviously, we still have room to run down here on the daily if we wanted to. The big line in the sand for me on a close basis is 30,382. Our lowest close since back here in January. We break that, we could be seeing lower levels. 28K is certainly a possibility if that was to happen as well. I have a single cup of coffee maker. Awesome Christmas gift. There you go, man. There you go. Can't afford a coffee maker. I'm too lazy to make my own coffee. It's straight up, I am too lazy. Usually when I wake up in the morning, I'm really go, right? I usually go to the gym, go on a run, come back, stream. So I'm really on the move. So I'm too lazy, and one, it's just more convenient to go somewhere for coffee. Weekly time frame, it looks like we are going to get this bearish engulfing candle on the weekly. So that is not a great sign there. I don't want to say stuff to scare people. I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. That's not a good sign there. You know, weekly bearish engulfing candle there in the weekly. Stock RSI is still bottomed out. Weekly RSI, regular RSI, you did a little bit lower here. You do have a little bit more room to run down on the weekly RSI too, but both of these are looking like they want to bottom out somewhat soon. So I don't see too much lower price action personally, but hey, the charts are telling you one thing, and you kind of got to go. You kind of roll with the punches, right? You roll with the punches here. Now the weekly I know everyone and their mother's talking about this possible head and shoulders pattern here on the weekly, right? The left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. If we come back down and break this neckline, I know everyone's talking about that. We still got time, right? And for me, we had to break 28,000. Around 28,800 for us to confirm that. So we still got plenty of room to bounce here. And at the end of the day, everyone, like, you got to remember, at the end of the day, I know everyone's panicking. Well, a lot of people are panicking right now. I see a lot of people actually buying the dips too, as I was in the chat earlier. So not a lot of panicking. I think most of the panickers are gone, and they're kind of turning to bears now, trying to push the price down for their own gain. But you can see we're just going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I mean, in honesty, like, we've done this once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5. This is the 5th time we're kind of going down like this. So, guys, like, at the end of the day, we've seen this 4 times already in the last month. Most likely we're going to get a bounce here at some point, whether it's in the green box, whether it's where we are right now. We're going to get a bounce at some point. I mean, if history repeats here. So I'm not too worried. Even if we go lower, hey, like I saw a lot of you guys in the chat, just another buying opportunity for us to scoop up more altcoins before the inevitable run back up to the upside, whenever that tends to be, right? We know, we're prepared on this channel, that we could be going sideways here, like we've talked about multiple times. We could be going sideways here for a long time, right? In between 28K and 42K, just oscillating sideways. So if you aren't prepared for that, mentally prepare yourself for a lot of sideways action. Bitcoin dominance, not a ton new going on with the Bitcoin dominance. Let's go to the 4 hour on the Bitcoin dominance. Just curious. Yeah, nothing really else going on there. You're kind of just going sideways now. Total market cap looks, that's not good. All right. The total market cap, you did break this trend line here on the total market cap. So you kind of broke this possible ascending triangle. Now, you have this green line here of support, right? Critical support coming across, previous support from back here, previous support from all back here, and you are right at that support on the total market cap as we speak right now. So as long as you hold that line, I think you're fine. And you kind of just like with Bitcoin, you're kind of just oscillating sideways here. On the total market cap as well. So as long as you hold that line, you've seen that once, twice, 3 times, 4 times in the past as well. So we'll see if you hold that green line there. Ethereum, 2089. We've hit that next target we had. If you look back here, previous support from back here in April, that's why you're getting a bounce there. Also with Bitcoin recovering, you're going to get a bounce technically for Ethereum. If you break this level, look for a move back down to 1929. Though same thing for ETH as BTC. You do have bullish divergence here on the 4-hour time frame right here, right? You got lower lows on the RSI, lower lows of price action, higher lows on the RSI. Should push you up for a temporary bounce, maybe even back up to 2174 in the short term here over the course of the next couple hours, right? Next couple 4-hour candles. Rico said, what does being oversold mean? It means that your RSI, right, is below a 30, right? Basically means that you're due for at least a short-term bounce back up to the upside. Because as we know, things don't go down in a straight line, right? So. Man, so good. So good. Cardano. Let's see. So same thing with Cardano. You got lower lows in price action, higher lows on the RSI. Should push you up here in the short term as well. We'll see if it does. But it's you're going to see this with a lot of altcoins. They're at least going to have, excuse me, a short-term bounce back up to the upside. I mean, for Cardano, I'd probably expect a short-term bounce, maybe back up to about approximately about 144 for Cardano. What's up, Ralph? You said, happy Father's Day, everyone. Shorts are cashing in. Good sign. Definitely a good sign. Definitely a good sign. It's because of the technicals. They're seeing the technicals. So a lot of the traders are gonna flip long here because of the bullish divergences, because they're being oversold in a lot of the time frames. But basically, what I was saying before, oversold basically means that your sellers are showing exhaustion. Things don't go down in a straight line, so it means that you've seen too much selling pressure, so you're due for a buyback up, basically. So that's basically what it means. Don't overcomplicate it. It's exactly what it sounds like. Oversold means that there's been too much selling. Overbought means there's been too much buying in the short term, right? So don't overcomplicate things. It's literally what it sounds like. So that's really Cardano too. Expect a short-term bounce there. Let's look at some of our biggest gainers and losers today. I saw people crapping on Doge here in the short term. AMP still up today. The last 24 hours, but most things have been dumping here in the last couple hours because Bitcoin obviously dumped. So not going to go over too much there. Internet computer down to $46, huh? Damn, that's crazy. Doge all the way down to 26 cents. Looks like Doge is getting hit pretty hard. Down 26 cents. VeChain down to 9 cents. Trying to see, a lot of people are interested in a lot of these coins. I mean, a lot of the things are going to be down the same percentages, guys. So we'll go over a couple of these on stream today, but I'll leave it at that as far as that goes. Shidoshi says, does oversold mean prices will go up? It's not perfect, right? It usually means that you'll at least see a short-term bounce back to the upside. It doesn't mean prices will go up substantially. It just means that, you might get a short-term bounce on the price here, which correlates with a short-term bounce on the RSI, which then allows you to, if you wanted to, go back lower in price, right? That's basically all it means. Doesn't mean you're going to necessarily reverse. Now, if you're on the higher time frames, if you get bullish divergence on the daily time frame, on the weekly time frame, it's a good reversal indicator for the macro, but the shorter time frames, 4 hour, 1 hour, they're mostly short term. But good question, man. You guys got some good questions. Jordan, at what point do you admit BTC is dead? Stop costing your followers their money. Bro, zoom out, man. Zoom out. How? Most people that watch this stream know I'm in it for the long term. I say it every single stream. All right? Zoom out, dude. If you're zoomed in like this, you're gonna think Bitcoin's dead because you're just looking at right here. Oh yeah, Bitcoin's dead. Zoom out, man. Dips happen all the freaking time, all the time. If you have a long-term plan, if you hold Bitcoin for at least 4 years, you will, based on the past 11 years of price action, be in profit, if not extraordinarily in profit. On this channel, we are long-term investors. We're not short-term investors. So don't come at me and be like, Jordan, stop giving your followers hopium, this and that. I give bearish targets and I give bullish targets, man. Right? Bitcoin's not dead in the long term. If you think it's dead in the long term, sell your coins and I'll see you in 2025 when I'm sitting on the beach and you're at home FOMOing into the next bull market. All right? Salute. What's up, Creighton, man? What's up, Creighton, man? I had to go on my early morning rant today. Yeah, Ralph, shorts cashing in is definitely a good sign for BTC. Definitely a good sign for BTC, man. Creighton said, enjoy your Speedway breakfast burrito. How about a delicious Speedway pre-made sandwich if it goes below 31K this week? You stay away from the big DD and look what happens. Thoughts on Grayscale unlocking? That could definitely have a short-term bad. You definitely could have a short-term bad effect on the market, right? So we'll see. We'll see. Man. Thoughts on Grayscale unlock, dude. You bears, oh my. I can't wait. I can't wait. The Bulls always have the last laugh, guys. Always have the last laugh. Now, I have nothing against the Bears. We're all friends here. I know we just take jabs at each other, right? We're all friends. But trust me, the Bulls will always have the last laugh in the end, okay? Because as a Bear, right, what do you gain? What do you gain from fudding, right? You don't gain anything. You just gain ego. What do Bulls gain from buying and hodling? We gain riches, okay? So just want to put that out there, too. Yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna get the delicious Speedway pre-made sandwich if it goes 31K. Yeah, I'll get the Speedway. Hey, I am not very picky when it comes to food. I will eat a friggin' sandwich from a gas station if that's all I got. Okay, that's all I got. Creighton said, "I'm not a bear. Just read the article and was curious." No, Creighton, I wasn't talking about you, man. I was just talking about the Bears in the chat. Blue Collar Jose, good morning, Jordan. AMP is looking pretty good. Do you think it found a stable support? It will break down. It's going to break down. If Bitcoin breaks down, man, AMP is going to break down too. I mean, the altcoins follow Bitcoin in general. So we'll see. Frank said, what if bears are just pessimistic bulls? They are. They are. But I don't know. What are you going to do? Yeah, exactly, Dotawire. He said, dump your Bitcoin if you can't handle the swings and have no vision for the long term. Bitcoin is still up 1,000% of since starting of trading. People don't like want to zoom out, man. I mean, people are so looking into the last like 2 months when people don't realize that at the same point last year in June, let's just do a little exercise, shall we? June 20th of last year, Bitcoin was trading at $9,000 and still is up 276% from last year, right? So even if you're talking about a year ago, you'd still be up, right? So I don't know, man. I mean, people are just so zoomed in for the last month. Like I said, like I bet, you know, not everyone in here, but majority of people that are in here have only, not even just with crypto, have probably only been investing in general for 3 months. And their first coin that they invested was Shiba Inu. You know what I mean? So you got to take a lot of people's advice and thoughts with a grain of salt. What's up, Johnny G? Do you expect Bitcoin to reach 31K today or tomorrow? Not today. Not today. We're most likely going to get a bounce here. I don't expect it to hit 31K today. Like I've said countless times, I don't know why people don't really listen to what I say, but I've said countless times that Bitcoin can go back into this green box here as low as 28K. I don't see Bitcoin breaking 28K, but I do think that it could come back down into this green box as always, okay? I've said that since the beginning. We're just going to oscillate sideways here between 28 and 42K, in my opinion, for the next couple weeks. That's what I expect to happen, okay? What's up, Rashad? Happy Father's Day to all the father, and no worries, we are going to have the last laugh, best believe, tsunami incoming. Thank you, Rashad, man. You're always coming in with the hopium, dude. You're always coming in with the hopium. Alex said, oh man, an early morning stream. Exactly. Mike said the past doesn't represent the future. Going back years means nothing. Okay, so you just having no basis to go off of and saying, Bitcoin's going back down to 10K. Having no basis to go off of is better than looking at the past 10 years of price action and trying to come up with a thesis. So just coming out with a crystal ball and being like, oh yeah, this random guy on YouTube said it's going to go to 10K. So I don't know, man. Like the reason why I and a lot of people look at the past is that's all the data we have, right? If that's all the data we have, that's the data we're going to use to project the future. That's all you really can do, right? That's all you really can do. It's what people do in any asset class. So you could say that about anything in life, right? That's like you owning a business and saying, just because you made 100K every year the last 5 years doesn't mean you're going to have a peanut butter sandwich to eat next year, right? It's come on, man. One of the worst days of my life today, but I'm hanging though. If this is one of the worst days of your life, man, I mean, dude, if this is one of the worst days of your life, you're probably a little bit too emotional and a little bit too over leveraged into the market, man. We're down 3% today. People are freaking out about a 3% dip. 3%. If you can't handle a 3% dip, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Because like I only have so much hopium I can breathe out of this mouth. So at the end of the day, if you can't handle a 3% dip, you don't deserve the hundreds of percent gains that come eventually, right? I'm not going to say they're going to come tomorrow. They're going to come next week. They're going to come next month, right? But when they do happen, if you freak out every time we have a 3% dip, crypto's probably not the right thing to do. You probably should go into stocks where, maybe then you'll freak out about a 1% dip. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. What are you going to do? Exactly, Prometheus. People use such horrible logic. You need to look at the past to make smart predictions for the future. Exactly, man. Exactly. I know most of the people in here are just trolls, right? But at the end of the day, the reason why I comment a lot of these people is because they're spreading bad information, right? And they come on people's channels. They said stop spreading hopium. They don't even watch my channel, right? If you guys watch my channel, every day I give both bearish outlooks and I give bullish outlooks. I give both, right? So I'm not just spreading hopium. I actually spread more bearish stuff than most other channels do, to be honest. Telling people that Bitcoin's going to zero and stuff like that, I mean, that's not really helping anyone. That's just kind of coming at it from the wrong angle. And I know most of them are trolls and stuff like that, but it is what it is. It is what it is, man. You got to deal with the punches because the trolls always come when the price goes down, right? No, the trolls were nowhere to be found right here. There was no trolls right here. But all of a sudden, we start having a 3% dip right here, and all the trolls want to come in. Right? And then we'll watch. We'll go up here. All the trolls will go into hibernation. We'll come back down. They'll all come back. Right? Then they'll come out of hibernation. It's a constant cycle. It's a constant cycle. John said, should we buy now? It's up to your time preference, man. But I always say, if you're looking to hold long term, I don't think right now is a bad term to buy. Right? Could it go lower? Absolutely. But I always tell people, only buy if you're okay with it going lower. If you're not okay going it lower, if you're not okay holding, if you can't stomach another 3% loss, like I said, you probably shouldn't be in crypto in the first place. So If you want to buy now, think about it as a long-term hold. But if you see the price drop 3%, right? If you see it drop to the equivalent of 33,000 and you're panicking, then you know, maybe you should probably hold off on buying, right? So just think about it that way. How do you calculate an indicator's success rate from Burgermeister? It's a good question, man. I mean, it depends. It depends. I mean, you look at the past, right? All you have, the data, is the past. So you look at, say, bullish divergence on the 4-hour. I mean, it's pretty accurate, right? As far as short-term bounces, right? You had one here. You had a nice bounce to the upside. I mean, you could find a bunch of different examples, right? You had one right here. Short-term bounce to the upside. So that's just 2 examples for you of bullish divergence there. Playing out in a bounce to the upside. We have another one right now. It's not 100% success rate, so not 100% we're going to get at least a short-term bounce here. But, you know, if you go based off this the last 2 times, I mean, that's only the data you have, right? You can only use the data you got. Only use the data you got, and that's what we kind of go off of. So, sorry, this is the 1 hour, but same thing kind of applies, right? Same thing kind of applies. Barnett said, Bitcoin will always have a place on the dark web, never going to zero. That's a good point. Good point. Snob said, Jordan, I've been in crypto for 9.5 years. You're right about those trolls. Yeah, I mean, they're always gone. They're nowhere to be found when the price is going up, because that's when they're FOMOing into Shiba Inu and Doge. And then, you know, when the price is going down, that's when they want to come up. That's when they come out of the woodwork. See, the reason why people like me, right, and I'm going to say it the most harsh way. The reason why people like me don't panic on dips like this, and the reason why we have hopium, is because we bought low, right? So I think a lot of people's problem is they bought up here, so now they want to scare everyone out because they're salty they didn't buy low, right? People that bought crypto anytime before anytime, people that bought crypto anywhere in this range right here are sitting back and not panicking at all right now. It's only the people that bought crypto up here that are freaking out, right? So you got to take a lot of people you got to take their opinion with a grain of salt, right? Anyone that bought low is not panicking at all right now. They're sitting back, scooping up more Bitcoin the lower it goes. If it goes back down to 20K, I'm scooping up more. If it goes to the 200-week moving average at 13K, I'm scooping up more. At the end of the day, long term wins out. So you gotta have patience. The long term hodlers always have the last laugh. It was the same thing in 2017. You had all the people fudding at the end of at the beginning of 2018 saying Bitcoin's going to zero. Bitcoin's going to zero. You fast forward 4 years later, Bitcoin's at freaking 60K, right? So what are you going to do, man? Rolling paper said, I have in profits, but damn, still sucks. Might have to wait another 4 years to cash out. Think about it as people also think wicked short term, right? Think about it from this angle. You only have to wait 4 years to cash out. These people that invest in stocks that get 5%, 10% gains every year, right? If they're lucky, right? Obviously, we've been in a crazy bull market in the stock market, so it's been a little bit better the last couple of years, last 20 years or so. But you know, if you look at it from that perspective, those people have to wait a lifetime to get the same gains that you do in 4 years. So think about it in that instance. 4 years is nothing. If you can't wait 4 years, you're just an impatient person in general, right? You should be lucky you only have to wait 4 years to get the same amount of gains that these stock market investors get. So think about it that angle, and that kind of it changes your perspective. A lot of people can retire in 4 years, right? If you have a good amount of money, you invest it in a crypto, and it continues the run that it's been on. Now, who knows what the future holds, right? It's always a gamble. It's always a risk, right, that this doesn't continue. Always keep that in mind. Now, we've seen a lot of bullish fundamentals and things like that, but if you project it to continue the same run it has in the last 11 years, right, you only have to wait 4 years. That sounds pretty good to me, right? Sounds pretty good to me. Iron Scooby said, fast money people need to stop fighting and stop talking. Yeah, I mean, I'm having fun going on rants this morning because it's times like these that really show the true character of a lot of people. The impatience, the trolling, you know, it's times like this that, yeah, Jay Laura said, or investing money you can't afford. Exactly. Damn, dude. Yeah, guys, I know I'm going on a rant this morning, but like, I think it's needed for a lot of people. It's needed for a lot of people. It shows their true character. It really does. I saw some perfect example. Someone was talking about a perfect. All right, let's see what Bitcoin's doing here in the short term. Still just kind of in the same place. So not really much change in there. I saw a perfect quote the other day, right? Where think about this, right? You have you buy a home. Let's say you buy a home for $300K in an area that you absolutely love. You love the house. You love the area. You're planning on holding it. You're planning on holding the house for long term, right? It's a long term investment. Now compare this to Bitcoin, right? Let's say all of a sudden your house is being quoted at 150K, right? Let's say that your house is all of a sudden being quoted at 150K, not 300K that you bought it for. Would you sell your house? No, you wouldn't sell your house. Why? Because you love it and you love the long-term potential of your house and you just love living there and you love the thought of it. You wouldn't panic sell it, right? Think about that as Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's now 50% off it was. Think about it in the same perspective. That might change the way you think too. I like some of these quotes that might change the way you think. You're not going to panic sell your house because the value dropped 50% on it. No, you're not going to. Why? Because you love living there. You love the future outlook of it. You love the thought of raising a family in it. Things like that, right? Now, it might change if, the neighborhood starts getting bad and things like that. So I understand that. It's not a perfect quote, but you kind of get where I'm looking at it. MRF said, no, I would build an extension when low. Exactly. You would make that house better, right? Right? You would buy more of the house, if that makes sense. You wouldn't panic sell it. So think about it in the same type as your perspective of investing, right? It's the same type of thing. Bob said I would burn it and collect insurance. That's pretty good, man. I'll give that one to you. You guys are awesome in the chat, by the way. Hey, shout out to the Bears. I'm just kind of poking fun at you guys today. Like I always say on my channel, we're all friends. I'm just poking fun. As always, just like a lot of you guys are poking fun at me. You guys are trying to poke me. I understand. I try to poke you guys poke me. At the end of the day, we're all friends. We're all in crypto for the same reason. You just want lower prices. I just want higher prices. It's the same. We're all friends. We all enjoy crypto. Maybe for different reasons, though, right? Sunnyside said, happy Father's Day to everyone who didn't pull out. That's pretty fun. Always pull out, guys. Always pull out. Brunswick said, more than sunshine. What are your latest altcoin buys set at? So I had a Chainlink buy order set at $20 that went through today. I have a Chainlink buy order at $15. I have an Ethereum buy order at $2,000 and $1,500 just in case it dips down there. And I have a Bitcoin buy at $30K and $28K just in case it goes down there. So those are the open buy orders I have right now, I believe. I might have a Cardano one. I'm not sure. I set buy orders and I forget about them because at the end of the day, like I said, long-term holder. But yeah, good question, man. Good question. Hey, Jordan. So what's the 4-year time frame come from? Why 4 years? The 4-year time frame comes. I mean, like I said, we have 3 bull markets to go off of, but the long-term time frame basically comes off the 4-year market cycle theory. Now, I believe that we're in an elongated market cycle theory. I don't think it's going to exact every 4 years, but based on history, I mean, if you look at it, if you invested anywhere 4 years, you'd be up 4 years from that point. If you look at any point in the previous history of Bitcoin, right? So that's why people say plan on buying and then not selling for 4 years, because in history, you would be up 100% of the time if you bought and didn't sell for 4 years, basically. But I do think we're going to be in a elongated cycle. I think we're just in a little bit of a lull here, right? Maybe we go down to 20K. Maybe we go down to 20K. But I think we're going to end up going sideways in majority between 42K and whatever the bottom tends to be here, right? Where it's 20K, 28K, whatever. We're going to go sideways here. And then we're going to have a second run going into the end of this year, beginning of next year. That's what I'm expecting to happen. Pretty much like 2013. That's what I'm expecting to happen here now. I could be wrong. That's just my theory. It's a lot of people's theory, though. It's not just mine. It's a lot of other people's theory that, people that are considered smart in the space think of the same thing. So that's what I'm expecting to happen. Just Wes said, more dips, please. I buy every 4-hour dips. There you go, Wes. I don't buy every 4-hour dips. I place, low buy orders in case they wick there, and hopefully they go through. But this is algorithms ban algo trading. There's nothing wrong with algo trading. I think it makes it easier to kind of predict price movements in a way, But thanks for the super chats, guys. You guys, thanks for the awesome support. I know, like I said, I'm going on some rants today, but I think a lot of people need the rants. And I feel like messing with some bears, right? Just like the bears are messing with me. Sometimes I like to mess with them a little bit back, Smitty said, by the way, Bitcoin is down because China in order to kill 26 Bitcoin mines in Sichuan by today. So it'll be up in a few months after the hash rate goes up again. Don't sleep, say the news. Yeah, Smitty. I mean, that definitely has a part to do with it. Definitely has a part to do with it. I mean, a lot of these miners are going to just move to other places and mine in other places. So at the end of the day, I don't think it'll have any long-term effect. But like Shura said, short-term, there's a lot of FUD going on. So it's going to push down the market. Like I said, you can't predict the news. All you can do is react to the news. So who knows? We could have some crazy bullish thing happen tomorrow. Some crazy bullish news. But that's why I say you can't predict the news. You can't. Extra crypto student, what's up, man? You said no buys on VeChain at 8 cents, 7 cents, and 6 cents. I'm happy with my VeChain position, man. I think I'm a little bit too over leveraged in VeChain, so that's why I'm trying to scale more into Bitcoin, ETH, and Chainlink. So I think my percentage of VeChain in my portfolio is a little high, so I want to boost up my other coins there. But I still love VeChain. Nothing wrong with VeChain. Nothing wrong with VeChain. Ryan said Jordan has unlimited money to buy dips. I wish I had unlimited money to buy dips. Wish I had unlimited money to buy dips. If I had unlimited money to buy dips, well, Bitcoin would be at infinity right now. But yeah, I mean, I do my part. I've bought in every dip since we were at the top. So, I mean, I've done my part. I bought in every single dip up here. Every dip in this bull market I've bought, for the most part. Any dip that was bigger than 20%, I bought some. Daryl said, in the daily time frame, are we still considering an inverted head and shoulder if the price goes up? Yes, that's what we're watching for right now. If we can get a good bounce off this level here, off about 33,000 through 285, I'm still looking at the possibility of this bigger head and inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. I'm still looking at the possibility of this. Now, obviously, on the weekly time frame, or even on the daily time frame, I like it a little bit better on the weekly. If you look at the weekly time frame, we still have the possibility of this bigger head and shoulders pattern, right? With the left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. So you can't rule that out as well. If we break 28,700, I could see a move back down to 20K here. Like I said, I don't expect Bitcoin to break down below 20K though, just because Bitcoin in any previous bull market has never broken back down below its previous all-time high. Now, I know I'll get all the people in here that you can't compare past to the future. I understand that, but you can only use the past as what you have to look at, right? Or else you're just using a crystal ball and just spewing random stuff. So, in the past, Bitcoin's never broken below its previous all-time high. So, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, and like, dude, if Bitcoin broke, so we know that in the long term, the level for Bitcoin that is the absolute low, right? The absolute low Bitcoin can go. Let me just get rid of a couple of these indicators. The absolute low Bitcoin can go. We bring up the 200 moving average. The 200 moving average has painted the last three, I guess you can call it three bear markets perfectly, right? Right here. 1, 2, 3. Absolutely perfectly there. So if this was to play out again, 13,200 is where it's at right now. Obviously, this is a moving average. It's going to continue to move up over time here. But if Bitcoin did go down to 13K, your boy would load up the Brinks trucks. And this is another reason why I don't think it's going to, I don't even think it's possible Bitcoin would go below 20K. Like, if I put a poll up here of, let's do a poll real quick. Who would buy BTC if it dipped below 20K? Hold on, I'm doing a poll real quick, guys. Who would buy BTC if it dipped? Doing a poll. 20K. All right, guys, answer that poll, and then we'll go over the results here. We'll test the sentiment here. We're going to test the sentiment here. Your boy, if Bitcoin dropped below 20K, your boy would be loading up the freaking Brinks trucks, especially if it dropped to 13K. Holy crap, I might think about busting out a freaking loan and putting it up against BTC. So I'm not even gonna lie. So let's test the sentiment here. I bet a lot of bears right now are gonna press no, even though they would. I think they're gonna press no just to mess with the poll. But so we can't take this with 100% certainty here. I meant would you buy? But you guys get the point, right? You guys get the point. And guys, I'm not saying particular. All right. I should have worded this differently. Basically, what I meant by this is, would you buy crypto? Would you buy any crypto if Bitcoin dipped below 20K? Zen Man would sell a kidney? No way. Why would you not buy it? I don't know. See, people are still thinking the wrong way, man. People are still thinking the wrong way. The fact that 14% of people said no is crazy, dude. It's crazy. You guys haven't learned your lesson? Buy Bitcoin when it's low, sell when it's high. So you're telling me basically that's like the equivalent of saying you wouldn't have bought Bitcoin right here, and you wouldn't have bought Bitcoin right here. That's basically the equivalent of what you're saying. So if Bitcoin dropped below 20K, you're basically saying that you wouldn't have bought right here either. That's basically what you're saying. You guys are crazy, man. And I bet a lot of it is just trolls, just messing with the poll. And a lot of it is people that just don't understand how to invest. So, all right, end of the poll. We got 412 votes. 86% of people said yes, 14% of no. I still think that 14% is a little bit high, unfortunately. But, all right, we'll see. If Bitcoin dropped to 13K, holy crap, I would be so freaking excited. So freaking excited. Buy high, sell low. There you go, Philip. People still haven't learned, man. A lot of it is trolls, though. That's the problem with some of these polls on crypto Twitter is, even though the age what I've realized for our age demographic is, like, the age demographic of people that watch crypto is actually pretty high compared to other genres, right? So it's actually a majority of people are between like 28 and 35, which you think they would be kind of mature, but the immaturity level of a lot of people is still really crazy. Still really crazy. A lot of immature people, especially on crypto Twitter. Holy crap, there's some immature people over there. But obviously, I'm not a maturity analyst. So, what's up, Riddick? He said, as a new person, I'm in for the long term, which is now in the beginning. Every time it dips $5,000 below $30. Some of us have no spare fiat, fool. I guess that makes you a fool, not me. Before it gets there, surely. How will you still have fiat left if it gets there early? So you're basically saying if you kept buying the dips all the way down to 20K, how would you still have fiat left? I mean, that's not my answer, right? That's for you to find out, right? It's for you to accumulate more fiat to be able to buy more investments, right? So pull the age. See, I can't pull the age because I can't pull the age because people aren't going to be honest, right? People are going to say they're 10 years old when they're really not, right? That's what I mean by immaturity. People are just immature. What is it now? Will it bounce to 35K today? It's gonna bounce. I think it's gonna bounce over the course of the next 1, 2, 3 days. It's gonna bounce, right? But who knows when it's gonna bounce? All I know is you have bullish divergence on the hourly. You have 4 hour oversold, right? And you also have you actually don't have bullish divergence on the 4 hour, but you're oversold basically on the 4 hour and below, and you have bullish divergence on the hourly. So most likely you get a short-term bounce here, which it looks like you're trying to right now. I don't know how long this is going to last for. It's going to depend how high you can get before these kind of the RSI kind of resets here, right? Aaron said, "Have you bought this dip?" Yes, I have bought this dip heavily. I bought a lot of Bitcoin. I bought a lot of Chainlink, Cardano, and Ethereum. I bought all those. Coin King. All right, Coin King. Hold on. I gotta comment on this because I gotta comment on this. Hold on. Actually, this would be a good video for my reactions channel that I'm gonna start. Coin King says millennials and Gen Z will ruin our country. It's already started. Who raised the millennials and the Gen Zs? Right? It's the people who raised them. It's their fault, right? It's their fault, right? If you raise spoiled brats, all right, it's on you. Just saying, man. Now, I'm not a spoiled brat. I've worked for everything I kind of had in my what I have right now, right? So, but I do agree with you that the millennials and Gen Zs, a lot of them are, don't think the right ways, don't, the ones that I know, right? It's not everyone, but but yeah. So, thank you guys. Thank you. Who? I'm not gonna get too into this. You make a very good point. Thank you. All right. It's like basically what you're saying is here. You see a spoiled brat in the mall, right? You see a little spoiled brat in the mall running around screaming, right? And their parents are letting them do it. Whose fault is it? The kids or the parents that are letting them run around screaming and everyone else is pissed off, right? It's the parents' fault. Just saying. It's not the kids' fault. People are programmed and get brainwashed based on what they're taught, right? So if they're not taught the right way, whatever they're taught, that's what they're going to believe growing up, right? That's just how life is, unfortunately. I am thirsty. Bitcoin is definitely a scam. Spoiled brat based on Bank of Canada. Here you go, man.
Basically, Bitcoin is clearly a
not.
scam.
Hope it played for you
Cryptocurrency
guys.
is clearly an idiot with no common sense. And scientifically speaking, according to a study at the Bank of Canada, more people who are financially illiterate invest in Bitcoin.
Is this channel based on children or crypto? We're just, dude, a lot on this channel, we just kind of shoot the crap because, especially in boring times like this with Bitcoin, I talk about Bitcoin for the last, for the first 30 minutes of the stream. There's only so much stuff you can talk about it. And then we just kind of shoot the yes, So, but it is about crypto. It is about crypto. You're right. You're right. Especially during the morning stream. The morning stream's a little bit more chilled. I mean, the afternoon stream's a little bit more about crypto. I usually talk about crypto more of the time in the night stream. But yeah, man. All right, guys. I am probably going to call a stream here shortly. In the short term, guys, expect probably Bitcoin to get a short-term bounce at least up to 34,800. If not, back up to 36,356. Because you're oversold on the 1 hour and 4 hour and have 1 hour bullish divergence, if you break 33,285 before tonight's stream, probably expect a retest of this green box here between about 32,000 all the way down to 28,000. You'll get a bounce somewhere in there in that range if we break 33,285. That's kind of our last line of support there before we hit that green box. What's up, Sunnyside? This is why now kids yell and have temper tantrums and have no respect. Yes, Sunnyside, that is another great example. But who were those people that passed those, right? It was the older legislators and people like that, right? So the people that have been up there for years. But we won't get into that. Anyways, guys, I'm going to call it a stream. Thank you guys for watching today. If you guys hit the like before you go, I definitely appreciate it. I know we talked about a bunch of different things today. But the morning streams, guys, we just kind of hang out and kind of talk about random stuff. So I'll catch you guys in tonight's stream. Like I said, it is Father's Day. I plan on going to a brewery with my dad. So I might be streaming a little bit later. It might be closer to about 8 o'clock tonight. I'll keep you guys updated over on Twitter about what time I'm going to go live. So if you haven't followed me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter. Other than that, I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Enjoy your day, all right? Enjoy your day.